Here first. Oh, yes. Oh, we got here first.
Gotcha, Bill.
Gotcha, Bill.
Gotcha, Waz.
There's no way.
Derek D.
I know we're here first.
Derek A.
Oh, see, I see you, Bill, but I know I got here first. I know I got here first. Alright, there's exception. I see you. What do you mean exceptions too? Derek Anderson, come on now. Good morning. It's Friday. Let's get this going. Good morning, nerd. Morning, CCS. All our friends are here. Let's go.
Thank you, Rock. Thank you. Thanks, Ed McMahon. Good morning, everybody. Good. T-Freak morning. You freaking out? Sure are over here. We sure are over here. Freaky. Freak morning. What's going on? Where is the dad? Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Brian. I'll tell you guys what happened to Pops yesterday in a couple of minutes. As you let go and willingly release the physical, emotional, and mental aspects of your being, spirit becomes your state. This is what we're shooting for, right, nerdy? Spirit becoming our state. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Where's our connection with the divine? Where is it? Where's our connection with the divine? It's deep within us. Fortunately, there is a direct connection deep within us. Deep within us, there's a direct connection with the divine. This one I believe. That one I'm buying that one hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and give me a sinker. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What do we have? 29 people, 16 likes. What's that, 2/3? 2/3? Hit the old like button. Hit the old like button. While you're hitting the like button, give me a number between 1 and 50 if you're not already on the board for this week. Give me a number between 1 and 50. I'll tell you who's on the board. Let's tell you who's on the board. Shy and Dando, and Joe D in Vegas, and Lucky Lures, and Ishmael. So none of those guys bother to apply, okay? Good morning. What's the number between 1 and 50? I'm going to give you a hint. There's a hint coming to you. It's close to 50. It's closer to 50 than 1. Okay? Brian C., you received a gift already that was sent to you today. So, and just 2 weeks ago, too. I was looking at the shipping. We're doing good. What's the number? Hold on. Hold on. The first one that I see on my screen is Katie. Katie Nicole. Katie Nicole said 49, Pops. Katie, hold it. Hold everything. Let me get this. Katie. Done. Okay. Shy, Dando, Joe D, Vegas, Lucky Lures, Ishmael, and Katie. Okay. Let's do it again. Give me another one if you're not already on the list. or received something this week from Brock? Give me another one. I'm not sure what's going on there, Brian. You can write to me if you got a situation and I've done something. Let me know. Catzilla. Catzilla got it. Cat Meowzilla. Yeah, according to Brock yesterday, Brian C won. So there was a couple of big. They were actually Thrasher. And Brian, you can check your email. I sent you the tracking this morning. Okay. Catzilla is on the list. Congratulations, Cat. Okay. So we have Shy and Dando and Joe D in Vegas and Lucky Lures and Ishmael and Katie and Catzilla. Okay. Melody, I got that email, and I'm sorry for all of what you and your mom are going through. I truly am. It's very difficult when you're across the country, can't do much more than just say a couple of words. So I truly am sorry for what's going on there. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, Melody's mom is in a bad way. A very advanced cancer situation. Very, very sorry, Katie, Melody, but I have a different perspective on death nowadays. So while I'm sorry, we're sorry for ourselves usually. The person moving on to the next level of travel, they're more often than not, I hate to say it, but more often than not better off. It's tough to say. I know it was true with my mom. I wouldn't say her last years were her best by any means. Good morning. So yesterday, it was about 15 minutes, 20 minutes before showtime here. Yeah, Jolie, I think we get that perspective as we get older. And it's not to make light of the people that are going to be sad and missing someone, but I'm moving much more towards celebrating people than being sad. So, yeah. Again, we're all here for you at what level we could be, Melody. You let me know if you know how I work with you. You let me know. Yesterday, about 20 minutes before showtime, I've been feeling, major lack of energy, not just due to the move or the stress and everything involved, but I've just been, and I realized I haven't taken iron pills in quite a while. I haven't, there was a while there where I felt like I was anemic and I was doing a regular dose of every day a vitamin pill, iron. So Brock tells me, he goes, Pops, you haven't been taking iron. I go, boom, I think that if I take some iron, that'll help for sure. Okay. Yesterday morning, because of the way Pops hasn't stopped thinking like an addict sometimes, Herbie. Once in a while, the old addict thinking pops in, and it's the old one iron pill. Well, if that's the prescription, 3 will do better. I'll have 3. 1 is the recommended dose. I'll take 3, please. Empty stomach, 3 iron pills. 5 minutes later, empty stomach, so There was nothing to come out but green stuff. Oh God, it was, and then flushed, and I'm like, Brock, I can't do the show. Okay, I overdosed myself yesterday on iron pills. I did it. So now I'm like, okay, calm down, Pops. One a day. Be like a normie. Okay? Take your vitamins like a normie. All right. Okay. I'm not going to get too graphic about what happens on the commode, but it freaks you out because how many people just, this is going to be kind of weird, and I'm not going to say it really loud, okay? I'm not going to say it very loud. How many people, after they take a poop, turn around and look at it? I do it. You have to just sort of check it out, right? Make sure everything's coming out okay. You can admit it. Tribal science says he does. Who just flushes and walks without taking a pop peek? Okay? This is something, we're human. We do it. Okay? Sarah's like, Pops, it's human nature. Okay? Moss is like, it's a demand. Okay, anyways, yesterday, much later after overdosing, I have to take a quickie, take a peekie. I got to tell you something. It is so black and purple colored almost when you get into your first iron doses. You're looking down and going, who died? You're that sick inside? Wow. You gotta go to the hospital, dude. Anyways, enough about that subject. But yeah, oh God. It looked like I overdosed on licorice. Okay. Iron Man, Black Sabbath. Oh God, Jolie. I like that, Kirby. I'm rotten to the core. Oh man. Yep, that would be me. What a flush out. Boy, oh boy, am I that low on my red blood cells? Am I that low on red blood cells? Melody, write to me. Send me your address. I'll take care of you. Send me your address. Okay? Actually, let's put you on the list for right now. I'm going to put you on today's list to spin. Maybe you'll win something. So we're going to put Melody down. Does anybody here have a problem with me putting Melody down? Anybody have a problem with that? Well, I'm doing it. Okay? You're down. We'll see if we can get you a win. And if not, you know what you're gonna do. Okay? It's tough what you're going through, girl. Okay. Don't put her down, put her on the list. Yeah, Greenie, you're right. Greenie's right. Don't embarrass her, Pops. You just embarrassed yourself with a poop story. Okay? I didn't embarrass myself. I don't even take myself personal too much anymore. I stopped. It's kind of like, it's not worth it. You do so much better when you don't take yourself or anything personally. It's not about me, it was about my poop. Sorry. That wasn't about me. Okay. So, wish me luck on my iron escapades. What animal in the animal kingdom What animal in the animal kingdom has the strongest kick? Which one? Is it one of those guys that live in Australia? Big old goofy looking thing? Or is it one of those? Which one do you think it is? Some say a mule, some say a zebra, some are going kangaroo. How about an ostrich? Is an ostrich up there? Is an ostrich up there on the list? Well, I can tell you, zebra heads, you guys were all correct. The strongest kick in the animal kingdom comes from a zebra. They do have big back flanks, don't they? A single kick exerts 15,000 newtons of force, which is more than enough to kill a lion. To put things in perspective, Mike Tyson in his prime could punch at around 3,500 newtons. 3,500 coming from Mike Tyson, one of the strongest punches on the planet. And then you go over to a zebra and they're going, that's nothing. We do 5 times that amount with our back foot. 15,000 newtons. That's a lot. That is a lot. What animal lays the largest egg? He sure was, Mr. 420. He had you beat before you even got in the ring. Kind of like I lost my last fight in the service. I looked across, that guy was buff. He scared me before I even got in the ring. Which animal lays the largest egg? What do you think it is? You guys are all going ostrich. That's the myth. The myth number 254, ostriches lay the largest eggs. The whale shark lays the largest egg. Gotcha. You guys forgot all about the sharks. Gotcha. Okay. Is it true that Dolly the sheep was the first cloned animal? Yes or no? Is it true? Good morning, Greenie. Is it true that Dolly the sheep was the first cloned animal? You get a lot of no's on here. If it wasn't Dolly, what was it? Who was it? Which one? Where? The first animal that was cloned was in 1885. 1885. Well over a century before Dolly, and it was a sea urchin. A sea urchin. Wow. 1885. That's crazy. That's nuts. Turkeys are originally from North America. True or false? Turkeys are originally from North America. Could this possibly be true? Could it be? This one's going to kind of fake me out a little bit. The answer is false. They actually originate from Mexico. So I guess, according to this, they're calling Mexico Central America, not North America. So I always think North America South America? Where's the dividing line that turns it into Central America? Is it the Texas border? I still say they originate in North America, especially if it's North Mexico. I'm going to go with, Cleaning, I would think it's there in North America. Mexico's a central though, right? But you only have two continents, a North American and a South American. You don't have a Central American continent. Yeah, we're going to kind of argue with this rando facto mytho guy. I don't think he's right. I think when I read that, I was like, I don't know. Okay, how about this one? Camels are most common in the Middle East. Camels are the most common in the Middle East. True or false? Potentially, forget it, Sahara, right? Gobi Desert, somewhere around there. More closer to Africa, wouldn't you think? I'm not going Middle East. I think they went through the Middle East in caravans. Camels are most common in the Middle East. False. Ask Jesus Christ. There he is, there he is, there he is. Jesus Christ. They're most common in Australia. As a matter of fact, they are so common in Australia that Saudi Arabia imports them from there. Your Middle Eastern camels all have an Australian accent. They get over there to pick up one of the United Arab Emirate guys, and they call him mate. That's crazy. Camels. Who has more hair? Who has more hair? A chimpanzee or a human? Who has more hair? Typically. And I'm not talking about a bald guy. Just in who has more hair? Human or a chimpanzee? What do you think? That's great, nerdy. Most of us would say chimp. Not so fast, my furry friends. Chimpanzees have thicker hair than us, but we have more hair follicles overall. I don't like the word follicle. I'm just not, I don't think I care for the word follicle. I don't know why. There's some hairy guys, aren't there? You're hairier than a chimpanzee. Jolie, we have follicles everywhere. I don't know. That's got to be true. You never see them growing mustaches. You never see a chimp with a mustache. They had a little tufty something here, but that's about it on their face. I don't know. Can elephants jump? Can elephants jump? Katie, that's true too. There's less area to cover, right? Can elephants jump? Yes or no? Sandy's saying, hell no, Pops. Imagine if they did. What if like 8 of them jumped at the same time? Can elephants jump? Okay, Jesus Christ, stop it. Elephants, an elephant can't, no, an adult elephant can't jump, but a young one can. The only mammals that can't jump at all, name them. There's two. Two animals, no jump ability. Mammals. Two mammals that do not jumping. Wait, guys. Mr. 420, you're in it this morning. Which ones? Giraffes and dolphins? And Paige has one of them. Of course, Paige. Sloth can't jump. They can hang, but they can't jump. There's actually a lot of myths about sloths. Sloths was super interesting. Give me the other mammal that cannot jump. Laws is reaching. Get back over in Africa near an elephant. Go hang out with near an elephant and look at one of those animals that can't jump. What do you think it is? Paige gets the second one. You guys are all, Paige gets 2, Paige 2, everyone else 0. It's a hippo. Hippos and sloths are the only mammals that can't jump. All right, final one for today. This is a creepy one. Okay, Guaz, I sit right across from Paige, and I look this way for almost every. Oh, she put an A down for multiple choice. Okay, an A. What's their next? C. C. This one's going to kind of creep you out. You ready? They changed a lot of the endings of those. The original fairy tales, didn't they? The original fairy tales were as scary as can possibly be. Then we sort of Disneyed them up and made them like happier endings kind of a situation. Am I right? You know what I'm talking about? The Brothers Grimm. Those were some like, you're not supposed to read that to a kid. Okay? The Big Bad Wolf from the Red Riding Hood book eats the grandmother. No, it doesn't. Not in the orig. In the original versions, Red Riding Hood is the one who eats her own grandmother. What could possibly motivate her to do that? It makes you want to read the early version. What could possibly want Cleanie? What could possibly motivate her to eat her own grandmother? Well, we have to look into that one. Okay? One more. Goldilocks. What color was Goldilocks' hair? What color was Goldilocks' hair? Goldie blondish kind of a deal? Yeah, Jolie, isn't that creepy? It's kind of a blondie, Goldie color, right? We don't know these stories at all. Stripper blonde. We don't know these stories at all. In the original folktale, Goldilocks, wait for it, Goldilocks was an old woman with silver hair who broke her neck when she tried to run from the bears. What? I thought Goldilocks got the bet of her choice. I thought she got hooked up with the porridge. I thought she was a cute little girl. And an old lady with silver hair who takes off, she's running. She's out there, Penny. She's passing Penny up. Trips and breaks her neck. It's a sad one. I wonder if Red Riding Hood ate her. It would be like her, wouldn't it? Give me one more number between 1 and 50, and then we can start doing our spins to wins. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Go, 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 go. Give me a number between 1 and 50. It's closer to 1 than 50. It's at Rodman. Rodman got it. Rodman got it. He got a 6. 6 is what it was. Rodman. 6 right there. Okay, so we've got our names. Where's the old wheel? Where's the old wheel? Hotdo. Okay, give me a second. Give me a moment. Okay. I got it now. So, Shy, you're going to be number 1. Dando, number 2. Jody, number 3. Vegas, number 4. Lucky Lure, number 5. Ismael, number 6. Katie, 7. Catzilla, 8. Melody, 9. And Rodman, 10. Okay? Those are your numbers, and I'm sticking to it. That's looking like a 7 is Katie. Katie Nicole. Remove choice. Katie Nicole, send me your address at the Detroit Mush Lab, all one word, the Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. And Katie, you know what we're going to send you? We're going to send you a turnip. You're going to get a turnip. A turnip is going to turn up at your place. We're going to send you this. Weighs almost 10 grams. So we're going to turn that right up to you. Okay? Holy moly, Penny. We're going to give another one of those away. A supplemental supplement. Okay, we're going to give another one of those away today. Did you hear the bad news? Let's see, where is it? Here we go. Did you hear the bad news out of Florida? It's bad news. Where is it here? Policy. Boom. DeSantis, governor, your governor there in Florida, he is going to sign a bill. Yeah, nerd. He's going to sign a bill. He's not only not down with the psychedelic situation, he not only doesn't want any of it, they're going to criminalize the possession of spores in Florida. He signaled that he intended to sign a wide-ranging agricultural bill, and one of the clauses in there is that it's illegal to even own spores. Going backwards over there, kids. That's a real shame. Texas, in their House and their Senate, have both passed a bill that would set up a public-private partnership that'll help move ibogaine therapy through the FDA approval process. In Portugal, esketamine is now covered under their public insurance program. It's pretty good. The VA secretary has been meeting with veterans and the Senate advocating the use of psychedelics. That's the guy who showed you last week that had it right in the middle of the cabinet meeting. There's a float tank. You guys know what float tanks are? There's a company out there that is doing float tanks. It's like a place you can go. You can do sound immersive therapy, water therapy. It's like a float tank center. Pretty cool. He now has franchises of them. There's like 50 of them plus, and they're getting, nerdy isolation chambers. Like that. And they had this huge infusion of investment to open up more of them. They plan on opening or allowing in their float tanks, as part of their therapy, psychedelics and peyote. Pretty interesting. Life Science is in its phase 2 trial of MDMA for social anxiety disorder. What else? Oh, this is neat. Otsuka. It's a large Japanese pharma company. It is now investing in infrastructure development towards the rollout of, wait for it, psychedelics in Japan. One of their largest pharma companies is saying, I think we should be pilot programming this right here in Japan. What was this, the Sandy? I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah, congratulations, Sandy. It's always a really proud moment. Congratulations. Yeah. Nipper, I'm always afraid when pharma companies get into it. I know that. It's always a little bit, it's always a little, what's their motivation? It's usually money. We'll see. There's a really neat article I wanted to cover with you guys. We probably don't have time today. Okay. But it's basically about, the concept is the hypothesis is basically neuroscientists are now telling us that curiosity rewires your brain for change. The more curious you are, you actually are rewiring your brain to think differently. The brain responds to change and uncertainty by activating the amygdala, which triggers the same stress responses as physical danger. Fight or flight. Curiosity helps reframe uncertainty as an invitation, not a threat. Wow, that makes sense. If I'm more curious, that thing that I'm ready to flight from, becomes less of a threat and more of an invitation. Neuroscientist Anne-Laure Lecomte shares 5 ways to cultivate curiosity in times of change. Is that interesting to you guys? Is there anything interesting about that? I think it's pretty interesting. If we can actually teach ourselves to be more curious, we would be less threatened and feeling less fright. A few years ago, I decided to retrain as a neuroscientist. It was a leap into the unknown. No roadmap, just a desire to grow. I chose to approach this time of change with curiosity, and I started a weekly newsletter to document what I learned. Suddenly, my doubts became fuel for discovery. What I didn't know at the time was that this systematic curiosity was actually and actively reshaping my brain in ways that would build a resilience for navigating future changes. Curiosity is often treated as a personality quirk, something childlike and playful, maybe even optional. But neuroscience paints a different picture. When we're curious, the dopaminergic system, the same one that lights up when we anticipate a reward, kicks into gear. Simply put, curiosity makes us feel good about the prospect of learning something new and discovering. It also helps us to learn more efficiently. It enhances our hippocampal activity and boosting our capacity to form and retain new memories. Studies show that when people are curious about a topic, they not only remember the specific information they were interested in, but they also retain unrelated material better. Change by nature introduces uncertainty, and the human brain typically responds to uncertainty by activating the amygdala, which triggers that same stress response as physical danger. What curiosity does is it transforms that uncertainty to an invitation. First, curiosity increases our tolerance for prediction error, the gap between what we expect and what we actually experience. This makes us more flexible in our thinking, less reactive, and better at updating our mental models. Curiosity helps synchronize networks, allowing us to envision possibilities while also taking action. It's the exact balance needed to navigate change. 5 ways to navigate change with curiosity. Number one, ask what if instead of what now. What if? What now? Big difference. Number two, take field notes. Pretend that you're an anthropologist studying your own life. Document what surprised you. Document what you don't understand yet. Be specific. Something like, today I noticed X, and I wondered why. That's good. Number three, run experiments. Want to switch careers? Interview one new person in that field every week for 6 weeks. Are you curious about writing? Start with a weekly newsletter for 3 months instead of a book. Don't sit down and try to pound out a War and Peace. Give me a newsletter once a week for a few months and see if you get going on that. Using little tiny experiments like these will provide valuable data while helping you regain a sense of agency even when the path forward is uncertain. Embrace not knowing. Practice saying, I don't know yet. Throw the old yet in there. Practice saying, I don't know yet, without immediately searching for an answer. Spend time exploring the question without rushing to conclusions. Research suggests that this process enhances cognitive flexibility and creative problem solving. Somebody give Katie my address, please. Finally, number 5. This one Pops has been telling us for 4 years here. Number 5, you ready? Treat failure as data. I use the term failure as feedback. When something doesn't go as planned, resist labeling it as a failure. Instead, treat unexpected outcomes as valuable information. Viewing a setback as an inevitable part of growth rather than an indication of your personal shortcomings. This transforms potentially discouraging moments into opportunities to learn. We often think, this is good, I'm going to end with this here. We often think of change as something to endure. But change is how we grow. Curiosity activates those dopaminergic pathways. It strengthens hippocampal functions, improves memory formation, increases prediction tolerance, and enhances our capacity to navigate uncertainty with greater flexibility and less reactivity. Katie, it's not the website. You want to go to my Gmail. Just it's an email straight to me. The Detroit Mush Lab at gmail.com. Okay, that website's down, and when we get moved and started up, we'll be thinking about starting another one. In the meantime, there's a website out there that works really good, and it's called www.mountainmushlab.com. And that's Sandy's. And he's got the LCs and candies and chocolates and things like that available over there. Okay, let us do another spin. Okay, 1 is Shy, 2 is Dando, 3 Joe D, 4 Vegas, 5 Lucky Lures, 6 Ismail, Katie was off the board, Catzilla 8, Melody 9, Rodman 10, go. Well. That's looking like a 4 Vegas. That's View Vaggie. That's to Miss Vaggie. Good job, Vague. Good job. Send me your address, please. I know you had a recent newer one. And we are going to send you another thing, just like we're sending to Katie. We're going to send you a bomber. We're going to send you a big old bomber, and it's up to you. You'll have the moral decision to decide how you're going to grind this up. And all I have to do is wait for, it'll be a big box, big shipping box. Kidding. Let's do one more game that everybody gets to play. Let's do one more game that everybody gets to play. And it's this guy right here. It's this fella. All right. This Mauler McWaller. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. One moment. I'm pulling the old scale out. I'm not looking at any numbers right now, so no numbers that have been said count until I say go. Okay? Okay, don't say anything because I'm not paying attention until I say go. I don't even know the weight. I'm still weighing it. Okay, looks like you guys all are going to do it anyways. Okay. All right, here we go. How much does this weigh in grams and tenths of grams without going over? Closest without going over. Go. Start now. Closest without going over. Give everybody a chance before you fire off a bunch of numbers. Give everybody a chance. I can just say right now, I can say I think we got it. I'm going to say we got it. Okay? I'm going to say we got it. I said without going over. I know I said without going over, but Shai said 9.66. Shai said 9.66. It's 9.62. I'm going to say Shai did sneak over the line a touch, but he's so darn close. And it's been a minute since I've had a chance to send my friend anything. So that's going to you, Shai. That's close enough. Am I right, you guys? I know it went a touch over, but I make up my own rules around here. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and hook up Shai with that situation. Right? I don't think anybody would mind. And if you do, you can write to me and tell me what's going on for you. Okay? I think Shai, great guy. Great guy. Okay. So that's what we're going to be sending that out to Shai. You were so close on that number that when I saw it, I was like, pretty close. Okay. Let's do a little bit of reading before I let you guys go. We're doing one more garage sale situation here tomorrow. If any of you are in the neighborhood and feel like stopping by and picking up pretty much everything out there, I just want to give away so you can have it, and I don't have to donate it or put it in the trash. I don't want to do that. So there's lots of free stuff. Dan, I'm looking forward to seeing you again. You're such a nice guy. But I might put you to work. Dan, you might come prepared to give me 20 minutes of work. Places that we go, no, Jesus Christ, I don't. Okay, places that we go when we search for connection. Belonging, fitting in, connection and disconnection, insecurity, invisibility, and loneliness. When we search for connection, do we always find it? In my past, I haven't always. King says places you go. I have found loneliness. I have. But it was because I chose to isolate too. When you don't feel good about yourself, it's easy to hide from other people. Belonging and fitting in. We have to belong to ourselves as much as we need to belong to others. That's a lesson I didn't learn till I was old, 60. This is the one my sister was trying to teach me. Belong to yourself first before you worry about belonging to others. Any belonging that asks us to betray ourselves is not true belonging. You have a core. You have a spot in you that's impeccable. Any place that's asking you, in order to belong, you have to violate your impeccability, that's not belonging. Any discussion of belonging has to start with acknowledging that love and belonging are irreducible needs of all people. So my ego told me I didn't need to be loved by everybody. I didn't need it. I could have myself for years. It keeps you medicating, self-medicating, that kind of thinking. In the absence of love and belonging, listen to this. In the absence of love and belonging, there is always suffering. I didn't feel like I belonged in my family growing up. My brothers and sisters all seemed normie. I don't even belong here. And then you don't feel certain sensitivities from one or more of your parents. You're growing up lonely inside. It's so important, especially I'm always talking about parenting here, but we can put it in other areas of our relationships. It's so important to make the other person feel like they belong. We do that here. There's a sense of belonging. And it feels good to feel like you belong. In the absence of love and belonging, there is always suffering. Expanding on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, recent research shows that finding a sense of belonging in close social relationships and with our community is essential to a sense of well-being. What makes belonging essential for us is the fact that we are a social species. It's a fact. We can't ignore it. We can't fight it. We fight it, we're fighting in a negative mental health space. We can't survive without one another. I like that. Can't even survive. Try being all alone. Those people, when you see those alone shows, you know what I'm talking about? On History Channel or whatever, Discovery Channel, and they put somebody out and they isolate them out in the wilderness. Some of those people, they're as healthy as could be. These are like, these are survivalist people. They crack after 3 or 4 days. I just miss my family, man. I just want to go home. I like that, what Michael said. We're rams. It's the social connection that they're missing. They have squirrels to eat. They have acorns. They got seaweed. They can catch a fish. Very, 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 I'm talking very few humans have the capacity to live in isolation. Even death row guys, they see a guard every day. Notorious I hadn't. It's a very rare. I think I actually had seen that one now that you're mentioning it. And he documented it. But it's very, very rare. And I'm going to say this, it's not a fact, but it's a sense that I have, that if you're one of those guys, you're a little off your rocker. You're not, just a little, you're on a different rocker. You're on your spectrum. You're a Ted Kaczynski. You can be Ted Kaczynski did it. He lived out there, but guess what? Kaczynski went into town every couple of months too, didn't he? He'd sneak into town every couple of months. It's very rare. It has to be fulfilling to some degree because people do it. But that's not how we were engineered. Although I started my career studying connection, shame, and vulnerability, the topic of belonging always emerged in the data. Belonging is something that we're going to, always emerges, belonging, because we're social beings. You can't study the emotions and experiences that define what it means to be human without constantly bumping into belonging. Belonging is too primal to avoid. In 2017, I published Braving the Wilderness, The Quest for True Belonging and the Courage to Stand Alone. It's a book about what it means to belong in this increasingly divisive and disconnected world. We used to belong because we went to the same clubs. We'd hang out on Friday night. Vegas remembers this. Van Nuys Boulevard, cruising down Van Nuys Boulevard. You couldn't wait all week. Football games in the stadium. Sock hops. You did stuff. You went to parties. You did stuff. You got together. Now, though, it's so easy to get together here that we are missing a big part of the physical social connection. As a grounded theory researcher, my job is to understand what we call the main concern of studying participants. For Braving the Wilderness, I approached the research with these broad questions. When it comes to belonging, what are people trying to achieve or feel? What are they concerned about? I'm going to read this quote. We'll be done for today, but we're going to really dive into belonging. We're going to dive into fitting in, connection, and disconnection next week. Give me 5 people that like that. It's funny because there's a part of me is like, I don't need a community. And the part of me is like, I freaking love my community. I love it. I love having a community. We'll carry on with this topic next week, but let's close with this. True belonging, listen to this, I love it. True belonging is the spiritual practice of believing in and belonging to yourself so deeply that you can share your most authentic self with the world and find sacredness in being part of something and being able to stand alone in a wilderness. True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. It requires you to be who you are. True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. Oh, man, you talk about chameleon. Oh, man, I belong in this group, and I belong in that group. And if I change that, then I fit in. You know where I belong? Here. It requires me to be who I am. I'm going to tell you guys this. When you see me sitting here, and I even talk about my poop checks, I'm just telling you who I am. You guys get to see the real stuff. You see the real B, the real Brock. You see us. And it's because that we can be true that we want to belong. You guys go have a great day today. Great weekend. We'll see you next Monday and Tuesday-ish between myself and Brock. And again, if anybody wants to make it by here this weekend, tomorrow would be a good day for it. Have a great weekend. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And thanks for listening to my crazy stories. Good. Have a great day, Niffy and Sandy. There you go. He's giving away free chocolate bites with every order today. Nice, Sandy. Mr. 420 Nipper. Jesus Christ, doesn't belong to a meth group. Well, I'm glad. Mr. 420, Marcus McCarty, Nerdy, Herbie Von Werbs, Katie, and Joe D's, and Sandy and HB, Michael Patterson, Truth and Peace Coexist, Sean T, Billy D, Green E, there you are, brother. Okay, you have a great day. Don Fike and Rodman and Catzilla Meow and Sandy and Kimberly the Golden Bolden, Jolie and Summer Wheat and Nipper Mama and Sue Littlemeyer and Katie and Jesus Christ in Australia, Rob and Shy and Sammy P and Sarah Bear, thank you, and Pidgey Page and Calico Meow Kitty, Dakota and Marcus, Derek Anderson, Joe D's Classic, Sarah Bear and Tribal Science, JC, Justin Exception, have an exceptional weekend. Dan Doe, be well. Herbs and Mr. 420, Sid Hunter, Nerdy, Taco, make a good one. B. Hendricks, Marcus, there he is. Waz and Jesus and Notorious and Marcus and Joe D's, Pops, peace, love. I'm getting out of here, but I'm going to tell you about 4 agreements. 1, we're going to be impeccable. 2, not take things personal. 3, no expectations. And number 4, well, gosh darn it, just do your best. Pops out.